Previously on Cop Rock.
This matter will be settled now.
Andy, look at
Did you talk to Ralph?
Oh, what?
He's really upset. He's telling everybody I screwed up.
He was frightened, Andy.
I just wanted to have a new partner, okay?
Well, that's not going to happen unless she asks for it.
She's my wife.
What's that?
A statement saying that I witnessed the murder of Tyrone Weeks.
LaRusso!
You're under arrest.
I need a lawyer. You're the best.
In that case, I'm the one you call.
Thanks.
And if you can't get him, I'm the one you call.
Thank you.
Do you understand each of the constitutional rights I've just explained to you?
Yeah.
Then assume the position.
I didn't arrest Tyrone Weeks because he was black. I didn't shoot Tyrone Weeks because he was black. See, to this cop, there's only two kinds of people. Good guys and bad guys. And my job is to go after the bad guys.
Item 7. Item 7, November 29, 3 p.m. Conflict resolution seminar in this room. Attendance mandatory. You got a conflict with that?
Yeah, I do.
It's resolved. You're going. Item 8. Officer Quinn returns to active duty roster tomorrow. So, Yeager, you'll ride with Ceruto.
Oh, Lieutenant, give me a break. Yeager's got yak breath. I can't ride with him.
So wear a gas mask. Item last, on the teletype, we still got the Franklin Avenue flasher. Struck at 2 outdoor weddings and a school picnic so far this month. Male cock, 6'3". Look for tattoos in unusual places. Okay, that's it. And hey, let's be careful out there. Let's be careful out there. We had a 187 at the 7-Eleven on the corner of 4th and Main. 2 Caucasians of the male persuasion put a bullet through the cashier's brain. Moving on, I see a 211, half a dozen 459, 2 ADWs, a GTA, several miscellaneous crimes. Homicide, arson, robbery, rape, everybody gets their share. Crime never sleeps, so stay awake. Let's be careful out there. $15 out of 20, that's Brewer Everest. We got several reports of nefarious sorts hanging down around Central West. And you foot patrols, keep a lookout for that supermarket Robin Hood. He been stealing from the stores and giving to the poor. He's a hero of the neighborhood. Homicide, arson, robbery, rape. It wouldn't hurt to say our prayer. Play it tough, but play it safe. And let's be careful out there. Homicide, arson, robbery, rape. It wouldn't hurt to say our prayer. Play it tough, but play it safe. And let's be careful out there. Let's be careful out there. Yeah.
What do you think, huh? Come on, let's find out.
Days of sunshine, tears and rain, precious memories of years gone by. Hours of darkness, fear and pain, all the time that we had. When all that's left is a photograph, not one golden moment in the sun, doing what had to be done, living under the gun. Under the gun. Under the gun. Under the gun. When the streets are dark and bare, not a sign of comfort anywhere. In the alley, on the stair, you call it, I will be there. When no one else seemed to care, living under the gun. Under the gun. Under the gun. Living under the gun.
Captain, look at this, Captain. I found this on my front door this morning. Front door of my house.
I'll get a squad from Metro to handle it.
And my kids. I need them covered to and from school.
You got it.
Say, Alice is shook. The kids know something's
Johnny,
wrong.
from now on, you're gonna have a security blanket over you and your family.
But what about around here?
Meaning what?
Meaning I don't know what's harder to take. A threat like this or the crap I get from these other guys.
Well, that part we had to expect.
Doesn't make it any easier.
You're gonna have to tough it out. You give in to it, they got you beat.
Ralph, can we talk for a second?
We didn't have anything to say to each other.
I think you got a wrong notion about what happened out there.
I don't think so.
Ralph, I gotta tell you, I've gone over it a million times, and there is no way I could have reacted any differently.
So that's it? In your mind, your conscience is clear?
If I could have taken the bullet instead of Vicky, believe me, I would have.
Fine. Anything else?
No, I guess not.
You gotta get somebody. I got it over here. Oh, yeah, that's going on right.
What kind of world do we live in where a man doesn't know who to trust? What makes a man want to give in and turn the whole way of living to dust? Whatever happened to loyalty? Has it become just a thing of the past? What kind of world do we live in? What kind of world? I don't know, no. Hey, yeah. There was a time I remember when a friendship was never in doubt. You could ask any man for a favor, and they knew what you were talking about. Tell me now. This ain't a question of black or white. It's a plain, simple matter of blue. Yeah. What kind of world do we live in? Yeah, yeah. I said, damn, a faithless man. He'll get what's coming to him, yeah. If there's any justice, the stink can trade us through. I'll see to it. Whatever happened to loyalty?
Ray, would you come in here, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sit down, Ray. What is this?
It's my letter of resignation.
Why?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Excuse me, Ray. That's not an option. Are you in some kind of trouble?
Yes.
Then I absolutely insist you tell me what it is.
A journalist by the name of Lyle Barry is doing a piece on gays in city government, and I'm being prominently featured.
I don't think your resignation is going to stop him from writing his story.
No, but what I'm going to have to go through is hard enough without having to worry about being a political liability to you.
You're not.
I appreciate your loyalty, Your Honor, but we both know there's a lot of homophobia out there, and your political agenda is too important to be compromised by me. I'm going to have to weather this alone.
You are my trusted employee, and you are my friend. We'll weather this together.
You know, a good many criminal defendants are under the impression that I, as their attorney, will do a better job if I think they're innocent. I can assure you that they're wrong. Having said this, I want you to tell me exactly what happened in that room.
Why is it that you want to know now, Sid?
Well, now is when I'm preparing to go to trial. I need to know whether to put you on the stand or not. I need to know how to formulate certain questions. Vincent, don't tie my hands. I shouldn't have to remind you that you have absolute privilege in here.
All right, here's what happened. Once it was clear to me that Officers Gaines and Ross had made serious errors in effecting the arrest, I went into the house and instructed Detective Potts to stand Tyrone up. I unholstered my 9mm and put 3 rounds into his heart.
Did you have any reason to believe that either you or Officer Potts were in any physical danger at the time?
No, I did not.
Did you have any reason to believe that Mr. Weeks was about to escape?
No, I did not.
Then why did you do it?
The guy murdered a cop. I didn't want him to get away with it.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, this is your basic Valley Ranch. 2 exits. One on the front, the other north of the rear.
Any children?
Rachel, 7. Alan, 6. Wife, Alice, 30 years old. She drives the second family car. Silver 89 Tercel. She works 3 days a week in a beauty parlor, Studio City. I want a unit to go with her. Any questions? Good.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for my flowers.
There she is. How you doing?
Good, Frank. How you been?
Who's back?
Hey, Joe. Listen, thanks for your card.
Hey, thigh wound, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What do you
Don't
think?
give
Come
your
on, let's
dream.
see. Let's see. You got that right.
Aha.
Come on, you know you missed us. Admit it.
Ow.
Come on.
I missed you.
Ah, you all salty.
Bye. Oh, paper, my favorite thing.
Vicky, how you doing?
Oh, good. What's this?
I don't know. What does it say?
Welcome back. Thanks, Andy.
What makes you think it was me? It was me.
Yeah. Bye.
Hi.
Hiya.
How's it feeling?
It feels fine.
You sure?
So far.
We should have taken another comp day.
Ralph,
Well, he's stuck to a desk.
I told you, I feel fine.
But maybe you ought to talk to Hollander. Tell him you'd be better off with a new assignment just for a while.
Going back out on the street with my partner. That's what I'm doing, Ralph.
All right. Might want to eat that before it melts all over your fingers.
Come, Mr. Barry. Let us reason together. Have a seat.
Thank you, Your Honor.
My personal assistant, Mr. Rodbart, has given me his letter of resignation. And when I asked him why, he said it was because you were going to expose his homosexuality. I believe the term is outing.
That's correct.
I was hoping I could impose upon your goodwill by asking you not to do it.
We're trying to give gays in the community positive role models to identify with.
But what if someone doesn't want to be a role model? What if someone simply wishes to have his or her private life remain private?
The gay community is fighting a war, Your Honor, a war that we're losing. And we've got to turn that around if that means a few casualties. C'est la guerre.
I understand you've been living with a man named Esteban Santiago. How long has it been now?
8 years.
8 years. That's wonderful. He came here from Chile 9 years ago on a student visa. Just never left. He's worked the past 6 years as a designer and builder of fine furniture. Never filed a state or federal tax return. Never got a green card. Mr. Barry, if I pick up that phone, the INS and the IRS will see to it that he's kicked out and never returns.
That's blackmail.
Yes.
You have no right to dig into my private life.
No more right than you have to dig into Mr. Rodbart's private life. Now, you listen to me, mister, and you listen good. If you want your private life to remain private, you will cease and desist with any plans to write about Ray Rodbart. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Now get out.
This young lady sits down beside him. She's beautiful. We start to get along real nice. She said, look, why don't you come back to my place? Sit upstairs. Hey, Joe.
Was it sour?
All of a sudden, they hear this noise outside the door, and she says, oh, my God, it's my husband. He's 6'6", 250, and has a violent temper. Quick, go out the window. So the guy dives out the window, and it's pouring rain outside. And he's hiding behind this bush, butt naked, with a bunch of joggers come running by. So the guy's no dummy. He jumps into the middle of the pack and starts running along. When one of the joggers looks down at him and says, hey, you always jog with the rubber on? And the guy says, only when it's raining.
Yeah, talk about cops' wives cheating on him. You remember, hey, Ralph, you remember Bo Marshall's old lady?
Oh, man, she was a looker.
Yeah, she knew it, too. There were 6 guys in Marshall's unit. She was sleeping with 5 of them.
Go on. Tell him who the 6th guy was.
Marshall.
Come on, you know that stuff's probably not even true.
Believe me, it's true.
Yeah, how do you know?
Hey.
He was one of the 5 guys, Doofus.
All right, so I got another rubber band. So, these 2 brothers, they're driving down the road.
What are you doing here?
Looking for you?
How come you're looking for me?
Because I'm hot.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I listened to you yesterday, and I realized you were a killer. It's not anger or sadism or sexual frustration that makes you that way. It's just a matter of making up your mind.
And you find this sexually arousing?
I find it sexually overwhelming.
Why?
Because you don't explain. You don't apologize. You just do what you do, and that is all. You're just like me.
Let's get out of here.
Let's not.
Mama, I'm scared! Take him back in the house. I'm gonna call for help.
No. Children, don't you turn away. It's time you understood that fire is more than just a flame, and that cross is more than wood. They cut it from the auction block where they sold our dignity. 100 years ago, they fought a war to set us free. Now we're free to take their charity. We're free to smile like fools. We're free to fight the war they make. Free to fail their school. Ships of slavery. Your fathers' fathers broke their backs in fields of black despair. Their skin was cracked and red with blood, just like that cross out there. Crosses, burning crosses, turning freedom's light into fear. But it's not gonna happen here.
Cop Rock will continue in a moment. Let's hear it.
I'd gone to get coffee, sir. We didn't want to disturb Officer Potts or his family. There was a convenience store nearby. I was there and back in 20 minutes.
And where were you?
Officer Gilroy and myself had observed what we thought was a suspicious vehicle in the area. At the time of the incident, we were approximately 2 blocks away, questioning the driver.
And you?
I was covering the rear perimeter, sir.
All right, now I'm gonna make this as simple as I can. If there's anything you don't understand, I want you to stop me and I'll explain it. You will remain on the detail assigned to Officer Potts' home. Your dereliction of duty will be officially noted, and should there be a repeat of the incident like the one we had last night, I will hold you all personally responsible. That's it.
Hey, Donnie. What are you doing here? I heard what happened.
So you heard what happened. So what?
Look, all I'm here to say is this. If anybody ever threatens you or threatens your family, I want you to call me. Because I will be there, and I will be there packing.
You're some piece of work, you know that? You didn't ask me nothing. You didn't tell me nothing. You just killed him. He was as much my prisoner as he was yours, right?
It's got nothing to do with this, man.
It's got everything to do with this. What you did in that room turned my entire life upside down. My family is threatened, man, and they're threatened because of you. Tell me why you'd be the one that I call.
Because I'm the one who'll come through for you. When it's life or death, I'm the one who laid on the line. I think you know that about me, Donnie.
How's the thigh wound?
It's okay.
You know, if I'd just been quicker, I could have probably stopped the bleeding.
Oh, you could have, huh?
Yeah. By applying very firm pressure to the affected upper thigh area with my hand. How high up is it anyway?
That's for me to know.
And me to find out, all right.
Andy.
We'll get started in a minute.
Great. Great. I don't think we ever met. Joe Gaines, how do you do? And you are?
Trish Vaughn.
Trish. Tell me you're a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer.
Wow, you know, for sure I would have thought you were a model. Yeah, I know it sounds like a line or something, but if I saw you on the street, that's exactly what I would have figured. You've been a model, right?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I asked you if you had ever been a model.
No.
One more question.
What's that?
What time do you get off work?
What difference does it make?
Because I'd like to take you out to dinner.
Mr. Gaines.
Joe, please. Joe.
Okay, Joe.
Wherever you want to go, you just pick the spot.
I don't want to be rude, Joe, but I am going to be direct. I'm not attracted to you, physically or intellectually, and I'm not interested in getting to know you. That means that the thought of spending any more time with you than my job requires has absolutely no appeal.
Officer Gaines. Sidney Whites. How do you do?
Hi.
Well, thanks for coming in.
To tell you the truth, I'd like to see LaRusso walk away from this thing.
Well, he knows you're under subpoena. In fact, he was very grateful that you agreed to come in and see us. Can I ask you just a few questions?
Sure.
You were one of the officers who arrested Tyrone Weeks. That is right, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Were you the officer that handcuffed him?
Yes, I was.
Is it your contention that you handcuffed him properly?
Look, Mr. Whites, I do know how to put on a pair of handcuffs.
Forgive me, officer. I asked the question only because you managed to make so many mistakes. He calls in question your competence as a police officer.
Oh, yeah? Well, I don't mean any disrespect or anything, but I think my commanding officer's a better judge than you are.
Your commanding officer busted you from plainclothes narcotics to uniform patrol.
Look, Mr. Whites, I was kind of excited.
Would you admit, sir, that if you had, in fact, been negligent in securing this prisoner's handcuffs, that you would have also been responsible for endangering the lives of detectives?
Hey, there's no way he could have gotten out of those cuffs. No possible way.
Perhaps in your excitement, you forgot to handcuff him altogether.
Hey. You know what? I am not the idiot you're trying to make me out to be. I'm a cop. Now, I may be young, but I'm also a professional, and I do know my job. Now, part of my job is to pay attention to stuff, to write stuff down, to remember stuff. That's what I do, and that's exactly what I did.
I've got over 1,800 cars in this garage, Ace. You don't remember the level, you don't remember the section.
I'm sorry.
Well, they got a different color for every level. We got 9 levels.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry too, man. I just can't write up and down all 9 levels right now.
It's all right. I'll find it. Thanks.
Hey, maybe when some of the guys get back from lunch, I'll come back down.
Guess it's just not my day.
What do you do anyway?
I'm a cop.
outside, keep my nose clean. Said every cloud's got a silver lining. How come they're always raining on me? Maybe I'm slow, but I know what I know, and I know when the joke's on me. And if I came on just a little too strong, it's part of my recipe. 'Cause when life gives me lemons, I make lemonade. Ooh, I got it made in the shade. I'm okay. When the going gets tough, I'm okay. I got the right stuff, I'm okay. I'm gonna make my day, and I keep getting better and better every step of the way. It's always something I said or something I did, but somebody's always mad. I try to make friends, but something offends. Everything turns out bad, but it's always darkest just before dawn. Maybe that's why I'm feeling so strong. I'm okay. When the going gets rough, I'm okay. I'm gonna strut my stuff, I'm okay. It's my lucky day, and I keep getting better and better every step of the way. Yeah, I'm okay. Sure enough, I'm okay.
In a red vizier.
What will you do? Shoot us?
Stop it, will you?
Which one?
What do you want me to say? I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do you expect when a man thinks his wife's in a sack with some other guy? How is he supposed to act?
After this, I don't know what to expect.
Maybe I'm wrong about today, but I'm not wrong about what's going on between you two.
Andy and I have never touched each other, okay? Shame on you for making me say it, for not just knowing.
Vicky, look at me.
Oh.
No, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. If you can look me in the eye and tell me you don't love him and you don't want him, look me straight in the eye and say it, I'll believe you.
I don't love him. Damn you, and I don't want him.
You're a liar.
Time magazine wants to do an interview.
Great.
Plus, the gun and mercenary magazines have all been asking, but I don't want you going anywhere near them.
No, agreed.
Valerie, why don't you fly that idea of yours up the flagpole?
It would be in the nature of a staged event, okay? And what I'm thinking about, and it really is just a thought, is setting up an opportunity for Vincent to intercede.
Vincent's in a store. Guy walks in. He's our guy. Pulls a gun, announces a robbery. Vincent LaRusso, unarmed, no backup, no nothing, intercedes, causing an armed and dangerous criminal to abort his robbery attempt and escape out the back door. What do you think?
No.
Are you willing to consider it?
No.
What about if we put a little child in a deep hole and then you can get them out?
Are you nuts? Anything else?
Yeah. There's a convention of bail bondsmen in L.A. this week. Tonight's scheduled speaker crapped out on him. I mentioned your name. They went wild.
What do I have to do?
Shake a few hands, you eat the prime rib, be an inspiration to everybody. In anticipation, we prepared a few extemporaneous remarks for you.
This stinks.
Vincent, I feel very strongly that you should do this.
Okay, but I come up with my own words.
Fine. Kevin?
Terrific. Valerie, onward.
I promised Vicky I'd stay out of this, Ralph. But you want to tell me what the hell that was all about yesterday?
It was a mistake.
A mistake? You bust into a room with your weapon out. You could have killed someone. And all you can say is it was a mistake.
What do you want me to say?
How about for openers, I'm sorry?
Okay. I'm sorry, okay?
I'm sorry doesn't cut it. How about I want to know I am not going to get my head blown off by my partner's husband?
I'll send you a signed letter.
Hey, Ralph, don't walk away from me. We got a serious problem here.
You stay the hell away from my wife. We don't have no problem.
She's my partner. That's all she is. Anything else you think is going on is in your head.
You know what I think? I think you see a pretty young woman who's married to a middle-aged, overweight cop, and you figure, oh, what the hell? I'd like a piece of that.
That's crazy.
Now, what's crazy is you thinking I don't know what's going on between you and my wife.
I can't talk to you, Ralph.
Then get the hell out of my face!
Yeah. Okay. I'll get out of your face, but I am warning you. You stay clear of me or you're going to be up to your ass in grief.
Yes, Ray?
Lyle Barry called me. There's not going to be any article.
I'm glad to hear it.
I can't thank you enough.
There's no need. Loyalty cuts both ways.
Will you be wanting me to stay, Your Honor?
No. I'm just waiting for Chief Kendrick to pick me up. Where are you off to?
A birthday theme party. What do you think?
It's very authentic.
Thank you.
Have a good evening, Ray.
Thank you, Mayor, for everything. Chief?
Louise, I'm going to confide in you a suspicion I've been harboring for some time now that I haven't shared with anyone else. I think that boy's as queer as a $3 bill.
This man, Vince LaRusso, is one tough monkey. He's so tough, he smokes in bed face down. Vince LaRusso is so tough, his shadow killed a dog. Vince, what a guy. For 14 years, he's been on the front lines, and he's been locking up bad guys by the boxcar. Well, that may not count much for the big shots in this city, or to the ACLU, the American Criminals Liberty Union. But it sure as hell ought to count for something here. You know, amazingly enough, they're going to make this guy stand trial. Well, no, whatever happens, he's going to come out of it okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Vince LaRusso, come on up here, Vince. Nice outfit, Vince. Vince was voted best dressed man at the Ayatollah's funeral. Vince, before I turn the mic over to you, something I got to do. I was approached by these very attractive girls who wanted to show their admiration for you their way. Ladies and gentlemen, Brenda and the Bus Monsters.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. You girls were great. I'd like to thank everybody for inviting me here tonight. Being that you're bail bondsmen, you're all ass deep in the criminal justice system, and you know like I know what it's like out there. And you know like I know it wasn't always like this. I mean, it used to be That an ordinary working stiff could live in a neighborhood where he felt safe. His kids could go to school where they felt safe. We might have lived from one paycheck to the next, but we had beautiful parks and beautiful streets. Life wasn't so bad. So what happened? How come it's not like that anymore? How come now we all stay out of the parks and off the streets, and we put deadbolt locks on our doors, and everybody knows somebody who's been stabbed or shot or beaten or killed? What happened? What happened was we flinched. We made getting arrested into a game, and if you knew how to play, you could be out on the streets in no time. That individual who I have to stand trial for killing murdered a police officer. That same day, he was arrested for running a crack house, and he was released without bail. What the hell are we doing? What kind of world have we created? The criminals control the courts, the criminals control the prisons, and the criminals control the streets. And why? Because we let them. Well, folks, not me. I'm a cop. I won't let them. The individual I killed was not going to get to his gun. He was not going to get away because I wouldn't let him. Now, they might put me in prison, but that doesn't change anything. I did what a cop should do. I held my ground, and as much as one man could, I tried to make the city a little safer. I stood up for people who live here. Now I gotta hope that they're gonna stand up for me.
We had a 187 at the 7-Eleven on the corner of 4th and Main. Two Caucasians of the male persuasion put a bullet through the cashier's brain. Homicide, arson, robbery, rape, it wouldn't hurt to say a prayer. Play it tough,